Like, what if Luka goes, well, the hell with this. I'm not staying here now. Fuck that noise. Like, why should I stay here? Like I hope he realized what bringing Kyrie just Luka could leave. You guys could lose. The Mavericks could lose Luka Doncic over doing that.
Luka could leave. Luka should leave. He should leave. Luka needs to come to Chicago because we have a nice new GM. We have a couple young players. We got Vucevic. He'd play well with Vucevic.
He would.
But here's the travesty. This is the thing I wanted to actually bring up whenever we were scripting this a little bit, is that the Mavericks have failed Luka Doncic really, really badly. They've had a lot of opportunities to get good players. They could have gotten Kawhi Leonard. They probably could have gotten LeBron at some point. They could have drafted a few good players.
They could have got Durant.
They could have got Durant.
They could have got Durant when he wanted out. When he wanted out of Golden State, they could have got him.
They could have re-signed Jalen Brunson. They could have traded for Rudy Gobert. He was on the trading block. They could have gotten a lot of players to complement Luka Doncic. And you know what the Mavericks do? They say, we have the best closing guard in the whole league. He's 6'8" or 9. He's huge. He does a pump fake the best you've ever seen. He has passes all over the place. He is a great step back shot. He is one of the best clutch players of all time in NBA history. So you know what we also need? Another guard who's injury prone, who is a closer, and he steals the ball from the best clutch guard in the league. And he does a bunch of layup packages that sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. That's what we need instead of a defender. Like, really? You really? Yeah, losing Finney Smith was huge. I agree, Karam. I thought that was the stupidest thing they could have ever done. Honestly, if it was Spencer Dinwiddie in a second-round pick, yeah, sure. But Finney Smith? Really? You're going to trade one of Luka's number one targets at the three-point line and a guy who hides a lot of Luka's deficiencies? Like, him and Maxey will pick up some of the best scorers for Luka, because Luka is, he'll burn out on the this is what Luka does, and he needs to work on his stuff. Luka will come on the offensive end. He'll give you everything. He'll give you his heart, his soul. He will pump fake, left, right, up, down, pivot, euro step, pass. He'll give you everything. And then on the defense, sometimes he's a little winded, especially late in the game. So you need a guy who, like Finney Smith, who's big and he can kind of take some of that away from Luka, some of those problems away. But instead, they get Kyrie Irving, who also doesn't play defense and who also takes the ball in the clutch, which is Luka's best time. Honestly, the stupidest. This is worse than the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James. Like the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James, they gave him Shaq. They gave him Mo Williams. They gave him Antoine Jameson. They gave him some guy. It wasn't the best. Keep in mind, like, they could have got probably KG. They probably could have, they could have got some better players, some superstars. They fumbled a little bit. The Mavericks are not only fumbling it, they are nose diving in the ground with their nose first. They are complete fools. Like, they're screwing this up, and they deserve to lose Luka. Absolutely deserve it.
I'm actually surprised he hasn't left yet. 2018, he got drafted into the NBA. He's been in the NBA since 2018, right? I'm gonna read you guys just some of the accomplishments. In 4-time NBA All-Star, 3-time NBA First Team, NBA Rookie of the Year, right? 5 years, he's been an All-Star. 3 out of the 5, he's been First Team NBA, and he was the Rookie of the Year. And they haven't helped this guy, or they haven't realized, like, hey, maybe we should put some talent around this guy to try and help him.
It's amazing too, because you don't even need another superstar around Luka. Luka is kind of like LeBron, where he sets people up. You just need guys who can do the things that he can't do. You need guys who can catch and shoot and play defense. That's it. That's all they need to do.
When I saw the Kyrie move, I was like, this is desperation, dude. That's what this is desperate. Cuban is desperate to get any like.
I don't know why he thought that would work. Like what?
Kyrie is a known cancer in the locker room. So what? Why? Like
it just doesn't even make basketball sense.
So he forced his way. He wanted to be Batman in Cleveland, right? Forced his way out because he wasn't the center of attention, right? He comes to Boston, right? He comes to Boston. He gets hurt and realizes the young kids don't need this dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. We don't need you, motherfucker. We don't need you. We can do it without you, right? And you know what? Honestly, I think that was a tough pill for that dude to swallow, because the young kids proved that we don't need him. We can do it without him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they proved it. A young Tatum and Brown proved that they didn't need Kyrie, right?
That he was a detriment, really.
That's getting in the way. So then he forces his way out of Boston, right? Forces his way out of Boston into Brooklyn, right? Gets his buddy over there, Kevin Durant, and then it falls apart in Brooklyn too. And he does the same thing. Forces his
Luka with the step back